The All Smiling Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tirespot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tirespot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tirespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast on the GallowgateShots YouTube channel.
That was a very sad welcome back.
Was it?
No, welcome back.
Well, it's the highs and lows of Newcastle United, Betty, isn't it?
And even the lows are higher than the highs were for a long time.
There are, the lows are higher than the highs.
Yeah.
So, do you know what it is? Like I said, it's a highs and lows. This time last week, on the back-to-back wins, wasn't it? You had a win against Man United, a win against Arsenal. Then obviously, in the last 7 days, we have had a defeat to Dortmund.
Yep.
And a defeat to Bournemouth.
Well,
hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us live on YouTube tonight. And if you are listening back to the audio as well. As you can see, I am your host once again, Chris, joined by Decker and Mr. Stephen Best. Mark isn't here. We don't actually know where Mark is.
he said he was going to bed at about 5, 6 o'clock.
He said he was going for a nap and he would let me know.
Yeah.
I think this is him letting us know that he's not coming.
Never coming back again.
He's out for the night, I think, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Is he even back from Dortmund yet? Has anyone seen him?
Nah, not seen him. Nah. But yeah, what do you want to do tonight, boys?
Oh, we've got listen. we have to face the music, right?
Drove all this way, yeah.
I do think it is mad when what you've just said though about obviously this time last week. You know, I had beaten Man United in the cup and with a reserve side, and then beaten Arsenal, and it comes like you're fasting at life, doesn't it? Eh? Like it's been you know, you look back to that, and it seems a long time ago, that Arsenal game. Like, if I'm honest, doesn't mean that you should lose sight of it. It just feels a long time ago, given the week we've had.
It's still appearing on my timeline.
Yeah, he's still getting hassle here.
Still getting a few digs in there. Yeah.
I seen Ian Wright was talking about. To be fair, he was asked the question. It's not really his fault, but it's still getting talked about now, isn't it? The goal and that and what have you. And you know, it's just mad, isn't it? Mad how a decision can go on for so long. But anyway, on to Saturday, I guess. Really,
Yeah.
get that out of the way with.
Especially a correct decision.
Well,
Yeah. So obviously, just discussing Saturday and that defeat to Bournemouth, we knew it was a massively depleted squad. We knew there's injuries left, right, and centre, and we can almost field a full starting 11 with injuries. Apart from the keeper, that's the only position at the moment where we don't have an injury. Bessie, were you still confident going in that game? Because I thought the lads that were going to be starting still had enough to get a result there.
I mean, it's a good. You look at the starting 11s. It's not a bad team that will put out. It's a tired team. I think that's the kind of important part. I mean, Gordon was Gordon centre forward to start with, wasn't he? Then you got Mickey
For about 10 minutes.
So it's a lot of what you call first teamers there, or first teams and subs. Like Willock's back fit again. Joe Linton's had a fairly good run up until the last week or so. So it was on paper a strong-ish team. Although I wouldn't go as far as to say, did Miley start? Have I got that right?
Yeah, that was
Miley
first Premier League start.
yeah.
So it was. I mean, out of context, it's not a bad. If we played that starting 11, the first game of the season, and Bournemouth played theirs, you'd think, oh well, we've got a decent chance here. Albeit without a centre forward, without a focal point, kind of. I mean, I think Gordon's. I don't get it. I think Gordon's wonderful.
Brilliant.
He is. He's phenomenal. I don't think that's his position. That's not where he's played for us a great deal. I think someone of the standard, the caliber of Callum Wilson or Alexander Isak, you're going to miss. So that's kind of where we were. And it's a good side in isolation, but it's like I say, a lot of football there, just knackered.
Yeah.
Absolutely goosed.
You could see 10 minutes into the game, Decker, that a couple of players that you were relying on to get the rest of the team through it, the non-regulars, you would say, what Bessie said, were absolutely knackered. I think the likes of the two players that stand out to me are Joe Linton and Fabian Shaw looked absolutely just knackered. There's no better word to describe it. The fatigue had set in, and they were just drained, mentally and physically, I would say.
Yeah, I think. I mean, Joe Linton looked
Sluggish,
He
didn't he?
looked desperate, like, didn't he? Bless him. He looked like he was out on his feet. Obviously, we'll put him up front for the majority of the game. He had one good moment out wide where he held the ball up really well and actually broke from that moment, but he didn't look anywhere near the same. And it's really difficult. I think
say Maxi broke.
No, I said we broke. I didn't say.
No,
Maxi.
I didn't hear Maxi there. Like,
no, I didn't know. No. I've been told I'm not allowed to talk about him anymore.
he's not here, man. Go mad.
Oh, I could actually.
Marks off the mate.
What was I going to say? I just thought like it was one of them games, wasn't it, where I worried. Like, I'm going to say I did worry. I just felt it's just been too many games, and I did worry that we struggled down there the last time I remember against them. We got played off the park. It was 0-0, but we got played off the park.
Terrible. 1-1. Mickey's
1-1.
Sorry,
but it was a terrible game. It was. It was.
Maxi did really well in that goal. Actually, I should remember that.
Did I? Did actually go.
But yeah, we got absolutely played off the pitch
well.
then, right? And I seen the team and I thought, Miley's going to. This is not me digging him out. I'm just saying he's going to struggle, right? You're asking him to play in the heart of your midfield. It's not. It's very difficult at this level. And there's just too many minutes in them legs. Like, I mean, Longstaff, Joelinton, Shea, just to name a few. Like, it's just hard work. Like, and I just felt we were absolutely dreadful, to be honest. We were dreadful. I kind of, you can't deny it. You've got to take it on the chin and accept what it was.
And do you know what it is? We're going to sit here, and if you listen to this in isolation, it might sound like we're being harsh with the lads, but like I said, it wasn't a great performance, and we're allowed to do that.
I listened to you two on the review of the Dortmund game. That's why I was at the gym, and by Christ, I just want to go home and top myself.
Was it that bad?
I was like, God Christ, lads.
Well, the problem that we've got though
Was it straight after the game?
I think it was because I was like, damn. It was Wednesday lunchtime. I listened
It
to
was
almost
straight
immediately.
after,
I've said this so many times, right? When we're doing what we do and we're talking about the game that's just been, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
We could just laugh and go, we're not talking about the Bournemouth game at all.
Yeah.
Questions.
Yeah.
And then fair enough, you'll move on. But it's only right that you talk about it. Do you know what I mean? And I think, to go back what we're kind of saying, other than Pope, other than him, there's no one on that pitch. They were awful. They were absolutely awful.
It's one of those
outran, outfought, outthought, like absolutely everything. But it's fine. It's fine. It happens. We've played a lot of minutes. We all know the reasons why it's like it is. We're on the bones of ours. You know what I mean? And I just felt some of the lads were like, when Longstaff hasn't got Bruno there, and Joelinton hasn't got Bruno, and then we haven't got a focal point striker. I just felt it was a perfect storm. Everything seemed to come together. And even as you've mentioned, the players that normally would be Longstaff, doing everything he can, and Joelinton just smashing everyone inside. Just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They're just one of them where
it's the physical thing. We're playing 2 games in a week, but I mean, Howe said as well, like, haven't had as much opportunity to prepare. So that game on Saturday, even with if they put the same team out, haven't had the same schedule, they've only got half as long to prepare as they would have done had they not played Dortmund on Wednesday. So there's that side of it as well. But there was, I mean, when I saw of it, I had the kids, so I was like on and off, kind of fleeting little glimpses of the action. Like it looked awful. But we're going to get that. We said at the start of the season, like we all said, it's going to be harder than last year. Finish in European spots, it'd be great. And we're not. I mean, we're only 13, 14 games in, and we're at the best of the rest. Well, Man U ahead of it now, but like from that top 6 as it is, with Villa in there now, we're still doing. It's a good season. It's just a knackered.
Do you know what it is? I had every confidence.
Crying out for investment.
I've got every confidence in the lads in the squad as well. I think the squad's good enough. I think the lads that are on the bench and waiting to come in are good enough. I think it's just obviously the absolute.
It's the extent in it.
It's like this injury.
I don't think
it's concern. We're not concerned in regards to doing anything wrong. It's just bad luck.
Yeah,
but it's similar to the Remo Bielsa was at Leeds. He had a spell where every single player was injured. It's happened to us.
Like some people have. There's a few people I was reading quite a lot actually, and some people have questioned the medical team in terms of like what are them doing. Some people have questioned how in regards to how much we physically now demand of the players. Are they able to do that? Are they capable? I just think and other people have said the squad's not big enough, and I'm like, whoa. The squad for all, yes, there could be a few additions here and there you may be able to add, but that squad is definitely. I don't know if it's big enough to compete on 4 fronts. Can I add? But it is big enough to compete in the competitions we've currently faced so far. We have just been really, really unlucky that we've been decimated. Like this is almost unprecedented to have that many first team injuries. Like.
And you'll have people,
5 or 6 maybe.
You'll have people that are listening and watching and say, well, other teams are doing it and they're playing on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. But they don't have this injury record that we do at the moment. That's the difference. They can rotate. Eddie Howe just physically cannot rotate that squad at the minute because of the injuries, which are there,
And the suspensions.
and the suspensions. Aye,
The suspension.
Wednesday was the Man United game that it was huge. Dummett was in, Kraft was in, just to name a couple. Like there was loads of players that were drafted in there. It's just, and then I knew, well, they're not going to play on the Arsenal game. I did actually think that maybe Dummett might have played. If I'm honest, I was actually surprised that he didn't come on and play centre half at some point in the game because Shea I thought was struggling, but. It's just so damn hard at the minute. Like, and I think the international break has come at the greatest time forever. I'm not saying we'll have people back, by the way, at the end of that, but at least the players that we currently have available will have rested.
Eddie Howe's addressed it already, and he said that it's not going to be a flood of players coming back after the national break. You might, I think Isak might be back, but way off match fitness as well. So
obviously Bruno's suspension will be
Bruno
by then, and it's the time I'm praying for national breaks at the minute. You're getting at the end of these little kind of then the fixtures. It's always like fixture game break. It's never like a gap of a few more days. It's everything's midweek because the Carabao Cup. Obviously, we've got Chelsea to start next month in that. The Champions League, we've got PSG in a couple of weeks. Then Milan early December, mid-December.
We're catching Chelsea at the wrong time as well, aren't we?
Well, they still conceded for.
They did, but
it's just it's a hard season. It's been made harder again by the Champions League, harder again by the injuries. But it just feels, and it's a nice feeling to have this because it's the polar opposite of how I felt under Ashley. But it feels like the blip, where the blips used to be the good runs in form.
Yeah.
Or the kind of Willock getting 8 goals in 8 games, whatever it was, the kind of freak occurrences. Beating the win against Man City. So they were the blip and otherwise, and now it's the other way around. Where we're having good runs, where you mentioned they beat Man U 3-0, they beat Arsenal, who were like one of the best teams. They were the last, exception of Spurs, the last unbeaten team. And we're still the only team to beat them this season, because obviously Spurs have lost 2 now. And the Dortmund, I didn't obviously haven't talked about it yet in here. It's just, again, experience. They had so many, they're in Europe every year. They nearly won the Bundesliga last season. They'd won 20, or they'd been unbeaten in 25, 26 home games before they played Bayern.
Yeah.
It's a good Dortmund side.
Yeah, it's a very good side.
But we'll concede the second goal chasing the game. Trippier should have done better. Livermore has a goal. Pope could, but whatever. It's the hard games. And Bournemouth was the only game that I thought, looking at it, you think, oh, we probably shouldn't have lost. On paper, you shouldn't lose it.
Yeah.
You know, when the game happens. But don't get us wrong, Bournemouth deserved it. They were a better side.
Yeah.
I mean, you could hardly say they were clinical. They could have 20.
Yeah.
it easily could have been 5
so
or
many
6, couldn't
chances.
it?
If they could have finished, by Christ, the chances they made. But then Solanke took both his goals really well, I thought. It's one of those games. Like say you said earlier, the game down there last season was horrible.
Oh,
it was a terrible watch. It was Maxi, Longstaff, and Miggy for the goal.
Really poor that day. Like.
Yeah, but it happens. But
it absolutely happens.
Sometimes you lose.
Yeah, it absolutely happens, and you just got to. As I say, just that international break's come at such a good time because we're just out on our feet, like, and I think mentally and physically it's just really tough, like, and it was really tough to watch, like, it was tough to watch. I think Pope obviously pulled off. Well, I put bet on him. I had him on 3 saves. He got that in, and then
He got that in 5 minutes, I think.
That's why I used some of that money to put it on 6 saves, and he got that one as well. So, some of the saves he made were amazing. There's a few that you would expect him to save them. Don't get us wrong, but in terms of our moments in the game, you've probably got Longstaff's chance, which he just goes over. Which was a really good Gordon's chance where he maybe should have took it a bit further. Mm-hmm. But we're really not offering much at all in that game. Like, so, it is what it is.
And I think the goals that were conceded just sums up, like we said, the mental fatigue that we've got as well. Because Joe Willock wins the ball, then it just lands perfectly to Solanke.
He's just that sharp as well. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to blame. You look, it kind of goes between Cher and Tino Livermore, and it's weird because Solanke's facing the balls. So they've got to turn all that. Those little things that make a difference in it. It's that sharpness. Maybe if Cher hadn't played 20 odd games a season, whatever it's been, he might have been a half a yard quicker and blocking it. But
I'm maybe a bit harsh on Pope on that one. I know he saved loads of chances. I think that was probably the one he could have done better on.
It's a funny one because when a keeper gets beaten
quick.
it's very post, it's kind of the natural thing is to say I shouldn't be beaten there, but it's so well hit. And Pope's likelihood is Pope's expecting to go across his body. Yeah, because you don't often get a striker who would put it in that. And that comes out.
It was well. Like.
In the second one as well, kind of bounces an unlucky bounce off the post, comes to them and they put it away. Like so. I mean,
I don't know if we weren't expecting Bournemouth to come out with that way. You know. I don't know. Obviously, we'll never know. I don't know if we were surprised at how Bournemouth approached the game because I felt that them come at us from the off, whereas maybe people might have thought they may have sat back. And I don't know, given given the amount of injuries we had, I wonder if how would. I don't think he ever will, but I just wonder if he might have changed his approach of like rather than pressing from the front and pressing high, actually sit in and try and absorb some of the. Do you know what I mean? Because we're out on my feet here. We haven't got the energy to be able to press the way that we would like to. I don't know. Maybe hindsight's a great thing, but
this is. I saw this get mentioned last week, and I think I mentioned it in the match reaction, which we did as well with Dowell and Ian. That you look at the likes of Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, whoever it may be, you would see if they were in this sort of situation, they'd probably look at the academy lads and see who they could bring up. And I know we brought obviously Lewis in and Parkinson got a run out towards the end as well. But we're so far off where they are in their path because they've already sorted their academy. That's done from their side.
Yeah.
Because of the years which we've had on Ashley and the academy just wasn't touched at all. It's going to take a good 5 years to even get that at a half decent standard where we've got that option to bring the lads in if needs be in these sort of situations.
Yeah, we've had players come through over the past, like I suppose the Longstaffs would be the last two prior to Miley and Parkinson. Elliot Anderson, yeah. So we've had, and I mean we're talking, and certainly in the case of Sean Longstaff, Elliot Anderson, and I think potentially Lewis Miley, although I've not really seen a massive amount of them. We're talking about Premier League standard footballers here, which any academy they have. 3 come through in, who was first? Longstaff, so 6-7 years. Isn't too bad. I mean, it could be, don't get us wrong, this isn't me saying that the academy's great, 'cause it clearly isn't, or hasn't been. But they are bringing a couple of local lads through and having a go, and I mean, it's weird because you look back, I mean, Matty Patterson, Matty Longstaff.
Matty Patterson.
I was going to go back to Matty Patterson, Alan O'Brien, Chop Riot, like we've got years and years of kind of lads who are nearly good enough and then end up being nowhere near good enough.
Yeah, Adam Campbell, Armstrong, Reed.
Yeah,
it's a difficult one because you know, like I'll reference a random game, so I'll say Palace 4-0, right? They're the moments where the last 15 you'd love to bring on Parkinson and play up front. Or you'd love to bring on Miley in midfield.
Is he a striker, Parkinson, is he?
No, also apparently when he
not,
came on, they said that he's more of a left midfielder, but he just hide on up top.
Hide him up top. This is showing you how desperate we are, you know, isn't it? You're hiding someone up, bless him. He worked his tail off, like bless him. He was trying his best.
He closed to keep it out straight away.
Yeah, straight away. He was working his tail off, which I suppose is the minimum requirement, like when you come off. Christ. But anyway, but in terms of how you breed these players in, it would be they're the moments you want them to play. You don't want Miley to have to come in and start a game because you're that desperate, right?
I thought Miley did all right.
No, he did. Of course, he did. He did very well. What I love about him how composed he is on the ball, even in tight areas in his own half, receiving the pass. Nothing seems to faze him, which is brilliant, you know. But it's a fantastic experience for the lad. It really, really is. It's just looking at it from the other side. It's like, shouldn't really have to be relying on me in this situation. You know, it's just very important.
Season as well.
Yeah, and I think the only thing I would worry about slightly is we'll really have to buckle in now and strap in because I think it could be like this for a good few weeks. So,
like Bessie mentioned earlier on, that this running games which is coming up, it's tough. Like
10 and 31 days in December, is it?
And the tough opposition. Well, every game's tough in it, but like they are tough opposition as well. And you know, and I sat here last year. Honestly, I remember saying that there will be times next year, meaning now, that we're going to have loads of injuries, all this type of crap, and we're going to have to just suck it up.
Yeah.
And certainly not get on house back, players back. We have to just keep going.
You weren't expecting 12 injuries, though, were you?
I think it was 14 or something like that. No, I definitely wasn't.
Miggy's gone off, and rumours it's a tear, isn't it? For his hamstring.
I heard it's a strain. I saw the Paraguay thing today. Yeah, so Roberto Rojas put it on Twitter to say that it's a strain rather. So he's going to miss Paraguay's 2 games this week, the World Cup qualifiers. But I think it's hopeful, reading between the lines at least, that he might be home.
Okay,
maybe home.
So that's
maybe back sharper than.
So that's Miggy pulled out in national duty. Also, Callum Wilson was pulled out in international. So the lads that have gone are, if I remember right, it's Dubravka, Fabian Shaw, Bruno, Joe Linton, and Kraft.
Yeah.
Which
Trippier.
Trippier as well, yeah.
It's him I want to have a rest. Because he's played more minutes than any of them.
Hopefully he might get that rest.
Yeah.
But Tino playing right back.
Tino's away as well.
No, I thought you meant actually like when he comes back.
Yeah. No, so like playing for England because He's probably not going
Kyle
to start, is
Walker.
he?
On the left back, maybe he's like.
Is Reece James calling because he's back in form for Chelsea, isn't he? Is he in the squad?
I've got no idea.
I don't know the
No
English
idea.
squad, to be fair.
Off the
But
top of my
Great
head.
game like yesterday, wasn't it?
unbelievable game.
Brilliant game,
One of
man.
the best
Yeah.
I've ever seen. That was great.
But yeah, I think that Bournemouth game, and then we can't. Yes, we're going to sit here and say the lads look tired, they look shattered, and they did. It was clear for everybody to see. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a great performance. We can't sugarcoat it.
Oh, that was very good at all.
Even Howe said that as well.
Yeah.
Like Howe said, we literally apologise to the fans, like because that isn't the Newcastle, and we know that's not Newcastle. We know that's not the team that we are. Like,
Yeah.
we know that. You know what I mean? And I think that's what was. It was funny because I was watching the game. I think Christ, Bournemouth have started really well here, but we've weathered it. Like we've getting past that. Port made it 100 saves in the first 10 minutes. We're fine.
It was a long storm, though, wasn't it?
And it never ended. It was a bit like a day's weather. It just never ended. Like it was just shit all day. And I kept thinking, there'll be a period in this game where we'll have a moment. You know what I mean? We might grab a goal, but it's in them moments normally when the likes of Wilson would be the one to grab the goal, and when you haven't even got him on.
So
very
Steve Passmore has came in with a Decker stat as well. He said that it isn't Trips that's played the most minutes. Do you know who it is?
Pope.
Fabian Schär.
It's Pope and Fabian Schär.
Oh.
Yeah.
Played every game.
So Schär, you can tell that. What's with his knees?
It happened to Dortmund, I think, didn't it? And I think the second he runs now, they're splitting
Scabs
back.
just go boom.
And he's basically running every day, so
Yeah.
you're in big trouble. Like,
Yeah. It's like stigmata of the knees.
it is, it really is.
I don't notice.
You
I
not
heard he
see
mentioned
it?
it last week,
Oh,
but
it's just
no.
pissing the blood out.
Honestly, his knees
Both
just
knees.
Bleeding.
pouring of blood.
And they were the second against Bournemouth. They just go on the pitch, they were pouring.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It looked brutal, like.
God.
But yeah, if anybody does have any questions, fire them our way. We'll go and answer as many questions as we can. So as soon as you start sending them in, we'll go through them. One of the things which I want to bring up, and probably it will be mentioned in the comments and as a question as well, is the incident which we saw after the game with Trippier and a fan.
Oh, yes.
I've already addressed it on the match reaction, but people that haven't listened to it, it happens. It's football.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. The lads came out and apologised. Kieran Trippier said there's nothing in it. Which whatever, just move on. Let's stop.
Yeah,
making a big
the lads
thing out
kind of
it.
said that you got it wrong, like, so fair enough. Like, people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what he said. That's the thing. It seems he's criticising the team, like, but I wouldn't want to get too kind. The lad apologise, like, so.
Yeah.
One of those things, innit? People get. It's a long way to go, Bournemouth, like, so a lot of
Especially
ales.
just being a Dortmund as
A
well.
lot of ales that, like, so
Yeah.
we'll
It is, but Decker, Trips came out and said there was nothing in it. It was just a discussion with the fan. You can hear Trippier saying in the video, how many injuries do I have?
then
How
a lot
big
of-
is the
then a
squad
lot
or
of,
something
hey,
like that.
Hey,
Hey,
lot
when he
of
starts
Hayes,
walking away, hey,
a lot of Hayes. Yeah.
get back. What's your thoughts?
It's absolutely terrible. It's just horrendous. It really pisses us off. I think I text you. I was really annoyed. I was really annoyed that you see what pisses us off, right? Is that
he's always put
put his phone down. That's
no?
it.
Put his phone down, he's like-
I want to read this out in a second, but
Oh, gonna take a start.
like it. The reason why I think I'm annoyed is because you could all see this happening, right?
Yeah.
You know, we feel like we've won what I don't know. I've just seen someone just tag us in the start. I'm going to butcher it here, but just try and reference it in this argument. No, it's not this one. The last 8 Premier League games, I think Aston Villa have getting 18 points. We've getting 17 points out of the last 8. We're second top of the last 8 Premier League games, right? So head of Spurs are the mighty Spurs who Ange can do no wrong, and Man City, all the rest of it. That's how good we've been, right? You know what I mean? And I just knew that we'll have a couple of bad results in certain people. It'll just either on social media or when they're there. Now, I will say to the lad, he's come out, hasn't he, and said, like, listen, I shouldn't have done it. And the other is right. Everyone makes a mistake. Like, they do, right? He's travelled all the way down there, spent a lot of money, took his whole day and watched that shite. Let's be fair, it was shite. But he said it in the wrong environment, the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's probably said it, not thinking that one of the lads is going to get and walk back over. He's probably went, oh shit, he's coming.
100%. When he turned around, he must have thought, oh shit. Like, he must have knew straight away.
That's probably why he turns and walks away as well.
And like,
imagine it was the same bloke at Hasselcarver at Southampton. Oh, not again.
the only thing for me, and I was annoyed, I think I put in the group, and it was a bit silly really of us in a way, but the lad who put the video on, like, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you know, if you put that video on, every single man and his dog is going to be sharing that, and you know what social media is like now, man. I went on TalkSport, every single conversation was about that, and I was like, no, like it's that because we get that horrible thing again about Newcastle fans demand too much and they expect too much.
Garth Crooks has said that
I see it.
we should be thankful, which we are thankful for the ownership and what's happened since. We said that do they want Mike Ashley back?
Yeah.
Is that the alternative?
That's the alternative.
That's the only And I mean, piss off, God.
Perhaps they should have Mike Ashley back.
But that's why it
thanks
annoys
God,
us, because now, because of one tiny little thing that happened, one word of "you're not trying," whatever he shouted, is now all of a sudden the entire fan base
They're against
we're against everyone. They're absolutely shit. It's just not the case.
Well, I remember Brentford last season when Gordon got substituted and he was a bit cross for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like water under the bridge. It was sorted out immediately straight away. Like how and that.
Was a bit of an did he walk past Howe and Howe grabbed him back?
grabbed him back,
Tyndall
yeah. So-
grabbed him back, didn't he?
And it was, I think he kind of didn't bother the handshake and all that. And that was a moment, lasted 3-4 seconds, whatever it was. All simmered down, was nothing, but because someone took a video from the crowd, a fan, I think it was a home fan in this instance, like, again, it's kind of become this whole thing. And I'm sure we talked about it on here, I mean, about a year
Yeah, we
ago.
did,
something else.
100%, yeah.
And it was like, it's stuff like that just doesn't really matter. Remember, like, Lascelles punching Diarmi in training, punching everyone winning at one point. It's just
Still doing it these days.
it's just football, man. Just get on.
And I think that's why, because I was getting sent, honestly, I was getting sent loads of memes and all sorts. Loads of my mates were going, "Hey, hilarious," sitting there, like, and I'm like, why? Like, why is this getting so much airtime? But I thought,
Did
you
you
know what it
not
is?
forward one on us?
Because I was taking the piss. Because you said that I texted you, I'm really pissed off here, and I explained why, and you went, "It means no, man." And then I replied with
fine.
the meme going, "It's not fine. Like, look at the state of this meme." Like, as I mean, if that, it's just the whole thing annoyed us now. I've seen Trippier coming for a bit of stick, saying like he shouldn't have approached the fan. No, this isn't from our fans. This is from media people saying he should just walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm on Trippier's side, me personally, that I think he's got every right to call it out.
I think Trips now look back and think, maybe I should just keep on walking.
100%. Because in these, you can't denounce in this day. You can't do anything, man, without getting wrong, judged, shared, people complaining, people moaning. Like, you can't denounce. So really, you probably should have just walked away. You're captain of the club. But I wouldn't have. I would have been straight up with the fan and go, "What the f you on about?" That's what I would have done. So I kind of blame him.
It doesn't
You know
help the way that the head Joe Linton comes around, manhandles him away
he's
as
almost
well.
at 1 point, Joe Linton, yeah.
Manhandles then. I think the Cells comes over, then Trips goes and has a conversation with Eddie Howe as well.
Can you imagine being the fan watching, like, they having an argument with Trippier who's like 5 foot out, and then just in the distance you've got Jamal Lascelles and Joe Linton. You think, oh, hang on, that's me. Sorry,
That's why you turn away.
sorry, Trips.
It's
Everything your wallet out and all that, just take it.
But it's one of those things, and Decker, like you mentioned social media, but something else which has happened on social media as well. That there's an account who's been doing the rounds as well, said that there was emergency talks after that defeat against Bournemouth, basically saying that Eddie Howe's job is on the line.
This I can't handle this, you know. That was worse than the Bournemouth performance.
It's a parody thing, wasn't it? Right? It's not a.
What's he called, Tony?
It's a
Capri or
parody,
something?
Yeah.
It's a parody, yeah.
But people jump on it though, and like there was other people still like replying, going, well, I've heard the same, and you're like, no, man. I just felt like smashing my phone. Like,
we see it on a daily basis from Big Frank, don't we? Big Frank Chipper.
Yeah, aye.
And that does the rounds, and that goes, God knows, everywhere.
What was one he had that was actually getting reported on by proper?
I can't remember, but it got brought up in the press conference, didn't it? But then there was one not long ago.
What was Longstaff?
Was it
Sean Longstaff?
Oh, yeah,
traveling
going
with
on
Matty.
trip.
That was brilliant. Because even Sean Longstaff, it was after one of the games. Longstaff guns, no time for travelling when his 3 points to be had. I forget which game it was now. Palace, I think, actually. The 4-0.
I can't remember.
That lad has every right to say what he wants to say, by the way. I'm absolutely
You're back.
Yeah, go on.
He has every right, but like our WhatsApp group, not from myself, can I add? My God, I thought we were relegated. I thought we had been relegated when I went up in that group. And obviously Mark was throwing stunners around and Mark was kicking off for people. But
Mark was going for it.
Mark was going for it. C-bombing the whole white 9 yards, like glass hitting a lot.
You know what it is, right?
It was kind of obvious.
But we say that word quite a bit, to be fair, like amongst each other.
Yeah.
I think we say it more of a like an endearing sort of thing, like a terminology, the C word. I'll not say it on here.
No.
But Mark went in and he meant that.
Did he not? He was absolutely
negative.
windmilling. You're negative. And I was just laughing, like, because it was quite negative. It was, right? And then, but that's fine. Like, you can go into a WhatsApp group and maybe say what you want to say, right? But I think was it Ian said that on the reaction? I thought Ian said it really much better than I've said the last 10 minutes, by the way. But Ian summed it up in about 40 seconds, which is what I should have been able to do. And basically was, he's got every right what he wants to say. He's done it in the wrong forum. He could have just went to a WhatsApp group and said it in there. But instead, he's probably been on the high all day. He spent a fortune. He's just went, Trippier, you're shite. You know what I mean? You're not trying.
It's not the worst thing I saw on WhatsApp this weekend. Like, not when I'm in 2 different groups. The same person put a picture of their ketchup-soaked Sunday dinner.
Oh, actually, to be fair, I was going to screenshot it and put it up for everybody to see now.
Shall I put it on now? Shall I put it on now?
I don't think you can. I'll have to do it.
Well, I go on then.
I'll do it. You talk amongst each other. Best you explain what happened.
Well, I've got a stat. Can I say the stat?
Got,
first? It's not actually a stat.
This is
really.
amazing.
It's
I
good, isn't it?
like
Yeah.
this.
So today, well, obviously it wasn't today, but today's Bournemouth side against Newcastle contains a cousin, a son, and a brother of former Newcastle players. Did you hear that, Chris, or not?
Yes, I did.
Who do you think they are?
It was a Clivert,
Correct. Surprised you got that one.
Tavs,
Correct.
and actually read this stat. So Tavs, Clivert, and
I didn't know this one
was it a cousin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Aaron's.
Max Aaron.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was Rolando Aaron's cousin. I'm
I-
assuming it's Rolando Aaron.
I had
given it's
no
James
idea
surname.
until I've just read that screen. Yeah, and I want to find that other one because I think I might have butchered it and I want to read it out again. I do apologise about this.
It was a good stat though.
Which one?
That one.
The first
How
one.
old's Justin Clivert now? Because he seems to have been around for a little while.
I think he looks quite a good little player.
Yeah, I've got him.
honestly,
I've got him in my FPLs on my
Have you?
bench, like. But
honestly, I think he looks alright.
yeah.
I
I mean,
can't
he
find
started,
the one.
Patrick was amazing, wasn't he?
Oh, unbelievable.
I'm always amazed by Patrick Clivert that when he played for us, he was like 28 or something like that. He looked and like kind of carried himself the way like John Barnes did when he was in his like 30s.
Aye.
Pat Clivert was like a young, he should have been in his prime. He just totally logged out by the time he came to us. Like,
Well,
Wonderful player
Robson
in his
didn't
day,
even want him, did he? He was kicking off that word, even signed him.
Yeah.
But he was amazing back in his day, wasn't
he was. He did okay in Europe as well that season. 2003, 4 was it? 4-5, 4-5 it was. He did all right that season in Europe.
Sorry, I'm just getting the photo. So Dega put a photo in our WhatsApp group, and people that watch this channel will realise Dega's condiment choices are quite questionable at times.
We've spoke at length in the past about
Chinese.
the Chinese curry with ketchup in.
he? Oh, no better, you know.
So people that are new to the channel, new to the podcast,
Unsubscribing.
yeah, don't unsubscribe,
Nobody left.
please. Dega, you like to put tomato sauce on everything.
Anything, really? Well, within reason. You know what I mean?
Dega recently
Within reason.
Dega
Within reason.
recently went on a trip to.
Well, there we go. Oh, the mixing desk.
He went on a trip to the States and put tomato sauce in a pint.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did do that.
I've done that before, yeah. Oh, actually, I didn't I? Yeah.
You did?
I was drunk, like, but yeah.
Yeah. Were you drunk when you having your Sunday dinner?
Yeah. So, have you got the picture? Have you put it on? Already?
Yeah, so I'm just going to put it on. Bear with us 2 seconds. So I apologise those that are listening to the audio. So this was Dega's Sunday roast at the weekend. So as you can see, he's got everything you would normally have on your Sunday roast, but he has absolutely
Is it everything that's
sprinkled that with tomato sauce all over it, like a child as well. Like it's all over it.
It is.
Even the
It
kids,
is as well.
even the kids went, "Oh, Dad!"
Look at that, man. You can't. That's not cricket. That's
It's also over me as well. This is even funnier.
Can I get rid of this? Please?
But it's Dega,
Look at that, man.
Dega.
It's unreal. What's the comments about the
Is
gammon?
it gammon under the? Is that it's gammon under there? Is
Yeah,
it?
it was gammon, yeah.
It's gone now. I'm seeing myself.
Honestly,
Get rid
absolutely,
of that.
absolutely beautiful. Like, have you tried it before or not? It tastes
Probably when I
amazing,
was
man.
a child, probably.
I've not stuck razor blades up my arse either. Jack.
But that won't be good though. No, but honestly, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But you'll be pleased to know that on the evening of that night, I was watching NFL and I got a mixed kebab wrap. So I got chicken tikka with doner meat, obviously.
Girls.
Toasted, a toasted one.
Ooh, aye,
Mate,
aye.
next level.
Toasted what, sorry?
Wrap, so
Wrap.
toasted wrap, about the size of my thigh it was.
Golden chip, your gills.
Gills, nuke.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's the same. It comes like that, innit?
It's
It's like
unbelievable.
a doorstop.
I had a kebab wrap last night, but I think I was with golden chippy. Maybe we can stand up with girls actually.
Yeah, that's
They don't deliver.
Oh, West. No, but it wasn't. It was lamb. The sorry. No, I think it was Westall Gold. Is Westall Golden Chippy
Western
as well?
Goalie, yeah. He's a
But
good
the one,
lad,
the one I
that
go to, the one I remember being a Ben, because I lived near Stanhope Road in Shields, was the Golden Chippy, like next to second hand rows, and
The original gills.
aye, 'cause I got it on Saturday night. Like Amy was out with, that's this weekend. She was out just on the drink with her mates, went to like the thing in Newcastle. So I got it. I've never had one for years. A Red Devil from the Golden Chippy.
I got one last week.
Aye,
What's the Red Devil
A
like?
Red Devil.
It's like just garlic bread with the tomato sauce on
puree
top.
over
Oh,
the
okay.
top.
Not
Alright.
ketchup, like
Okay.
tomato sauce,
Tomato
like pizza.
puree. innit?
Oh yeah, aye. Lush, really, really nice.
Well, my wrap, I didn't put any tomato sauce on it. That was just garlic everywhere. So I didn't get any.
I'm not sure how I would feel tomato sauce on the kebab meat, like.
It's all right.
It's been done.
I've done it before. Like, yeah, it's
I've
crap.
definitely tried it.
Normally for me, it's the day after, and I've not done it for many, many years. Like, because garlic got away from me now. Like, but I've done it when I've had a bit leftover kebab in the morning, which obviously doesn't happen very often. A little bit, not every time, with a bit of ketchup, because getting
It's
chips
nice,
and going, it's nice. It works.
nice,
Yeah, well, I actually had a Red Devil, and that's when I was probably about 13, 14. I used to go there and get it as
My
well.
sister lived on Richmond Road, behind the stand-up pub.
The taxi used to be, yeah.
So it's just
Yeah,
the
that's right,
garlic bread with the tomato puree on the top.
Garlic
That's it.
bread base with the tomato puree, just sprinkled all
And
over.
did you have anything else with that, or was that it?
I had a chip and kebab meat butty.
What a guy! What a guy!
Inside.
What a
It
guy.
was a healthy weekend. That's why I'm going to gym again.
I must admit, I was knackered this morning. I can't deny that. Like, I wasn't good at all this morning. Like.
Heavy meals all hour.
EOTS, like
All
that.
hour.
Remember when you were a bairn, did you think the Red Devils were a bit more spicy?
Yeah.
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 I always thought that because it's the nicest one when it was mild.
Yeah, they had more of a kick than didn't
Yeah, aye.
they? Yeah.
But we used to get, in my memory, I remember being like, this must be like early 90s, sitting in my sister's Richmond Road watching Match of the Day. Because she had a bairn, my nephew who's like 30, what year is it? 31 now. But we were like, maybe mum, dad, our later, and babysit our Rhiannon, or Rowan as he is now. And we'd get Red Devils, and they're like, oh man, lush. So nice.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
The absolute best. I used to go play football, then after football, I used to go pick it up. It used to cost like £3 or something.
£3.50, that's what
Aye. So it's
Starving
£3.
now, lads. I'm absolutely starving.
It's a nice little side.
Yeah, aye. That's why I want to get. I want to get a pizza, and I thought I want to get. Am I gonna get a kebab pizza? No, I want to. And I saw Red Devil on the menu, and that was it. Red Devil. And I thought, well, I want kebab meat. I thought Red Devil garlic bread special. Could that work? I think it would.
Every time I sometimes drive to work, right, and I don't know where it is, but I can't, honestly, I'm terrible with names of roads and all that. I sometimes take a shortcut, so I go past. It's past here actually. I think I go past here and then up this road, and there must be a chippy, right? But the house is like built next to it. And they've got like pictures of kebab meat in the window. Have you seen them?
What?
I'm going to go in the office tomorrow. I'll go that way.
They've got somebody's house.
In Gateshead here, like, right?
It's amazing.
Gateshead is weird.
It's
like.
absolutely amazing. So it's like
So
it's basically like just pictures of kebab, but it's in someone's window.
I'm surprised you haven't got that.
Well, every time I look, I'm like, that's what I need in my life. Like,
Get a canvas.
So is it like a house that's connected to a chip shop?
Yeah.
So obviously the own the
it
chip
must
shop
be.
will live in the
Yeah.
house.
So they've got like
And they use the house's windows to promote the chip shop.
basically,
next
yeah.
door.
And I'll have to take a photo of it. It's got like the kebab on the spit and that in the window. Every time I drive past, I'm like, what a house that is. What a move there. It's my dream job, that, to just shave the kebab.
Absolute class. Absolute class.
I'd love to go at that,
I'd love to.
I
man.
really love
I'd
that. It looks so like smooth and
Looks
dead
amazing.
satisfying, doesn't
It
it?
really does, aye. It would be like 1 for you, 2 for me.
Yeah.
Like making a bins,
I
didn't
think I
it?
was got a story about getting groomed with kebab meat. haven't
Getting
you?
groomed.
Yeah. Didn't you?
I can't remember. Jenny, when I used to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was actually in Gills last week.
Was she?
And I mean, God, you're going back 30 years now, if not longer. And she recognised it straight away. But I used to go in and help her put the kebab on the spit when I was like really little.
The one
And
on
she used to give us a kebab on
next to the Mills newsagent.
Yes, that one.
been
Yeah,
aye.
yeah.
Used to give him just the kebab. Used to walk home with it on his shirt.
Hello, Ma.
Bite marks out with it. Like a massive toffee apple.
Yeah, that's a dream.
Oh, what's that pantomime called? About the kid with the cat that nicks off. What's
Dick
he
Whittington.
called? The Dick Whittington, that Decker.
yeah.
With
Decker
kebab
Whittington.
out his shoulder.
The dream.
I'm off to London.
Absolute dream.
Right, so we'll get back
Sorry,
on
there,
to football.
we've
I
really
applied
gone
for a job in there once, didn't get it. Like.
There's a lot of people saying that they've missed it when we talk about food. So there you go. There's your
Well,
food
as
segment.
much a food podcast as a football one on
Honestly,
occasion. like.
last night I was watching NFL with the lads, right? And my last game, I went, the bins are sorted now. And she went, any pizza left? And there was some there. Me almost tingling, man. I was like, I'm in big trouble here. Like, because honest to God, I was like, it's not good. Like, there's amount of food. On Saturday, for the Newcastle game, I ate my body weight in chips. Honestly, I'm not joking. I think I spent about 10 quid in Gills on chips, right? I just eating them all through the match. My tits, man. They were just horrendous. I was just like, I need to stop eating. Like, so this week, Monday to Friday, now I'm not eating anything.
At all.
Nothing. No. Nothing's going to pass my lips except that. But, yeah.
I walked past the chippy a day, past that chippy we were talking about, and it was about 1 o'clock. And do you know what is the temptation to go in and get a kebab wrap was through the roof? And I thought, it's dinner time. I can't be having a kebab wrap at dinner time.
Well, I've drove through Jarrah today to get here, and I've gone past Paul's Chippy, which is like my local chippy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, I could just nip in and get a naan kebab.
How we doing, lads?
See, that
Right.
one just goes in.
Let's
Oh, hello.
let's go through the questions. So the first one is from our good friend Josh Stockton,
Oh, Josh,
who is
thank-
back with a donation. Thank you very much, Josh.
Again.
He says, I haven't seen him for a few weeks, Josh.
No?
I hope you're well, Josh. He says, hi, lads. Hope you're well. Apart from Saturday's defeat, how was your weekend? Well, you've just heard about ours.
Mine, I didn't even finish mine, really, because Amy was out. She came back. She rang us about 11 o'clock. I'm on the PlayStation. She goes, would you want some food? I was like, no, I've eaten. I've already had, like, what I've had.
I've had a lot.
And she came back in. She was not mortal, but drunk enough to fall asleep on the sofa and pour coffee all over herself. Like, and she goes, I got you pizza. Like, what? I've done it. Donatello's. I've got a couple of. I was like, oh, what?
Did you?
I had half it.
Oh,
It was like 5 hours after I'd eaten me heavy meal. But I'm like, I'll
so
take.
hold on. You had a Red Devil thing.
Aye.
Kebab.
Chip butty.
Yeah.
Chip butty.
And half a. What do I have? She got a ham and mushroom and a pepperoni. I had half a. Well, I left 2 slices, so I had 2/3.
Half of each.
I left. She hadn't for breakfast yesterday. At least I had the decency not to have them for breakfast, Decker.
Jeez. Hey, that's some kind that nasty.
Kebab wrap last night. I cannot work out why I can't lose weight, lads. I'm getting out walking plenty. Back in the gym, I can't do it. What's wrong with this? I think my metabolism must be too slow.
That's unbelievable. That's some effort. That I like that.
Josh also says, I feel like we should change the subject from football. We've done that as well. Do you have any content planned for Christmas? I'm still buzzing for the goalkeeper kid video. Much love.
That was going to be like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Never got round to the goalkeeper one.
We'll have to keep things in my back pocket because we'll run out of ideas. So I know we'll have to do that though, don't we?
It'd be great, guy.
Yeah. I think we should do. We haven't done Christmas songs, have we?
Yeah.
We did that
During lockdown with it about 2 years ago.
Christmas song, Christmas movies.
Was that on that one?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Contentious Christmas movies one, of course, as well.
Yeah, that one was a good one. Like,
Yeah.
Mark was unbelievable in that one. Like.
One of the best.
That's why he's not here tonight. It's shame.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that was one of the best. That.
There's nothing planned, mate, but we've got plenty of time. Don't worry about that.
I think the goalkeeper kits one will happen probably.
I hope so. Like I'd like to. Obviously,
Joe 40, that best.
very much so. Like
Yeah.
I've got loads of them as well. I'll bring them in and just show them off.
We'll definitely do a goalkeeper one. So watch this space. Next question is from Paul Patterson that says, if we don't beat PSG, do we chuck the Milan game at home or do we forget the League Cup game against Chelsea or both or neither? Anyhow, wouldn't chuck any games, man.
No, if we don't finish in the top 2 in the Champions League, which looks probably more likely than not now, you've got to go for 3rd spot. Europa League. I think it changes next season. I don't think there's a consolation spot anymore because now they're changing to the. Is it called a Swiss?
It's weighted, isn't it? Like
it is, but I think when you get past the that big group stage at the start of it, I think if you don't quite do well enough in the Champions League one, you're out. That's it.
Yeah.
Like the 3rd place equivalent thing doesn't happen anymore.
I don't think it does now.
There's a playoff thing. I mean, I think it's a 30-odd teams, the top 24, I think, go through. Then it's a playoff between like 24. So it's a weird one, but you've got to go for it. I think you've got to go for it. I think you were saying midweek that like you'd fancy what chances in the Europa League. There's some good. Liverpool are still in there. There's some good sides. Like, but
there is.
Have a run at it. Like,
I think it's a funny one, isn't it? Because it depends on what scenario you're giving us, right? And you're playing, trying to play God here, but like if you're giving us the scenario we face now, in that we've got 100 players injured and we're in the Europa League playing Thursday, Sunday. I don't want it, right? I don't. However, by the time you enter that competition, a lot of your players are going to be back. We've been through a transfer window.
they have a break, don't they?
They have a break, so you're going to be coming into you would hope to be a lot stronger squad, and then we can tackle it, right? And we can handle it. So I personally I'd like to see what's in it, to be honest with you, because I think we could go pretty far. I feel that way anyway.
I like Europa,
Is that wrong?
Obviously, I love Champions League, but I like Europa.
I like the music.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, that's great. That.
Do that again, Bestie.
Oh, whoa, oh.
That's what you were doing yesterday morning when you woke up on
That's the noise my bottom was making.
Brilliant.
If anybody's got any more questions, like I said, we've got another 15 minutes, so send them our way. Do you know what I want to mention? And I was going to bring this up last week and I completely forgot. Good news that the lad that's behind the Waxer account got a job at the club.
I saw that. Like, yeah, aye.
It was always good on a match day, obviously waking up to those videos which were getting posted from personal account, the Waxer account. But it just shows that the club are looking at these sort of things and bring people on board that are actually doing a decent job. We just mentioned the programme as well before we started recording.
The programme's really good.
And Decker, you were really impressed how the programme's take a bit of a turn this season for the better?
I've never. I'm going to be honest. I used to love getting my program and reading it and stuff. I was pretty sad, really, still am. But I used to love sitting reading it, and this is one of the first times I've actually sat and just looked at that one. And the tactical breakdown of the opposition, brilliant, like really, really good about Dortmund, as best he pointed like out. Obviously, we haven't took notice of it because we lost twice. But anyway, it's really good. No, really, really good. It's a nice bit of input that I've never seen in a program before. Obviously, it mentions the team in every program and who the players are.
Yeah.
But to actually physically tell you about what formation they most often play, what style of play they do, and giving you examples in photographic form as well. Honestly, brilliant. Like really, really good. I love that. Like.
I just like having a program. I've always liked getting a program. I went through a spell where I didn't bother. But then I remember the relegation season. What was that, 15, 16? Every week's program, every fortnight, 19 home games, was like based on a different one from the past.
Yeah.
So that once, like when I was a kid, from like the late 80s, and it was just class. I've still got all them in the house. But I like to read them. I buy them and normally don't read them that much, to be honest with you. But this year they've got like a features on players who've only ever scored one goal for Newcastle. Right. I think Alan Goma might be in that one, or might be in the Arsenal one. But like
Pancrat and that.
I like them, like Stefan Givash. Obviously got that one against Liverpool. It's a good. The program is good, but we've mentioned before. Actually, I forget if it was on here or on WhatsApp, like about how the club are apparently with Waxer kind of getting fans who can produce stuff like that. About people like the people who make the stuff that we've got up here, like the prints and stuff like that. If there was a way of kind of incorporating them into the stack thing that they're doing around the club shop, because one of the things that's a bit sad is that they can't use the logo. I'm not wearing one, so I was on my chest there. But like I know like people had cease and desists and stuff like that because of that. It would be nice if they could have, like say, oh, we'll put it in the club shop. You can go and put the logo on there, and we'll work something out.
Bit of a kickback.
Because there's a lot of very talented people out there doing stuff, and there's an interest, and I think them not going through the club, but them having the help of the club to promote what they're doing and to assist with what they're doing. Maybe if they're filmmakers, that could be helpful. Stuff like that.
Do you know, I totally off topic in a way, but you're on about how good Dortmund were and are,
brilliantly agreed.
And then you
really
think
good.
Bayern Munich absolutely smashed them at their building.
4-0, yeah.
Like, it just proves how good, what that level really, really is.
Oh, I mean, Bayern Munich might be the best team in Europe at the minute. Harry Kane's like,
unreal, isn't it?
How many has he got? He scored again, didn't he, the weekend?
He's record,
He's unbelievable. I mean, obviously, he was brilliant over here as well. And I think the Bundesliga might not have quite the depth that the Premier League's got. What's it? Smaller. There's 18 teams for a kick-off. But, like, they are...
It's just, because obviously our aspirations, our owners are wanting to get there, right? They're wanting to be the best number one, right? And, it's just damn hard, isn't it?
We've made a good start, mind.
Yeah, well,
2 years in, like I said, Champions League, we're thinking, could go in Europa League's kind of our consolation prize. And that's class.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go.
So I've got two questions here as well. So this one's and they're completely different to each other. So Rossington Bay says, if you could pick one and only one of our injured players for an immediate return to full fitness, who would it be?
Isak for me.
Isak for me.
Probably the same for me, I think, yeah. I'm trying to think who else there is.
And it's funny, I actually think...
Got a long list, bestie.
That's what I'm trying to go
If we hadn't seen any football play, just so you imagine that for a second, we had all these injuries, I think it would have been Botman I would have shouted for. Because I would have been absolutely, panicking.
Sells done a job, hasn't he?
No offence to Sells, I know you watch. But he's coming in and done so well. It would have to be Isak, like.
Did they think we've got Bruno in the middle at Bournemouth because none of them played?
Well, the Bane, bless her, Layla, she was absolutely dying to watch the game, right? The last month or so, honestly, I'm not just saying this, she's massively interested in it.
Yeah.
She wanted to wear the top, so I give her my originals one, and she was wearing that, and she was dying to get home to watch the game, and she was singing all the songs. And then she was singing that song, and she went, none of them are even on the other day. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, Tom, no. But it's that song, by the way, that song. I've said it to you before, I'm going to say it again. We've got Bruno.
I'm glad you brought that soapbox with you this week.
We've got Bruno in the middle. He knows now what we need, right? He knows how to play midfield. It should be Bruno, where we've got Bruno in the middle. How knows exactly what we need? How it is that?
Nah, but are you going to sing the Bruno song all night if we win the Premier League? I didn't the Matt Ritchie one in the Championship. Could have signed.
No, I know, but it should be how though. It should be Bruno. We've got Bruno in the middle. How knows exactly what we need? Bottom in the back.
We've been singing the wrong words of Blade and Races for 100 years.
Well, that's definitely factual.
Everything's so fast the way they sing these days. Oh man, even when the music's on like too loud after the game, they're still like with Hey Jude. No, Hey Jude, and it's like even I'd rather I don't like how they play that loud and all that to try and get a better atmosphere going, but like just you can hear it. Like just sing along to it.
Yeah.
They did it with the that was really evident when I forget which game it was now, but they played Pretty Green Eyes. Obviously Dan Byrne. How many people knew the chorus but didn't know where it went in the song? Because it started kicking off straight away. It's like, oh, hang on a second, you've got to wait a second. It's got to do that bit first and all that.
Is that what your arse is doing?
Next question is from Blue Rhythm Boy. That says, do you expect Adidas to remake retro kits like Score do, but with a logo added? That would be mint. Obviously, we saw the release of the Man U kits, which, well, not kits, but it's not even training ground training
Some
gear
of
either.
it has been. It's like a leisure.
It's like more leisure, isn't it?
They have done all kits as well. They did with Arsenal as well. They've released loads of early 90s Arsenal stuff. Obviously, they had them until 94, 95.
Some of the stuff that they released for Man United last week, I think it was, is top.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I
That's
can't wait.
Yeah, that's it's a really good question. That's what I'm hoping for. Is that they'll because obviously there's probably going to be a massive thing where they're going to release a new kit that is based on an old one, but with now having the rights because it's Adidas, you might imagine buying 94, 95 shirt, but you know, like but just with the badge on and with Adidas on. I mean, it's amazing, right?
Well, Bessie, you're looking forward to this for the other reason because you're under the impression that retro kits are going to drop down a little bit in price.
No, it is training stuff. Yeah, I was saying last week, I like the big three training kits, like over the past couple of years, seem to be in the three of the brown ale ones. So the one with the burgundy kind of top half with the black. What was the season after that? Or the three, the one that you've got, the black thing with the
And you've
three,
got the green one as well, haven't you?
and then the one with the green shoulders. And they are the ones that are like, I saw one. I'm sure I seen one yesterday. I think 450 quid on eBay or Vinted or Depop or something. And like, I just don't buy them yet. Just waiting because they are clearly going to be reproducing a lot of stuff. Just keep your powder dry for a little while, kind of see what comes out.
Scott says it depends if we're going to be classes as the elite to them. I think, do you know what it is? If you've got a brain, like anything like that's going to sell amongst the fan
They've
kids,
made
especially
such a song and dance about it.
Yeah.
Like I've never known a kit deal be announced a year before the event before. Like
You'd
ours
get
was.
the full whack, wouldn't you?
You'd have thought so. My only thing with it, particularly those ones, is it's obviously alcohol sponsorship, and I don't know how well that would, given that what I don't know the legalities around drinking in Saudi, but I'm sure it's frowned upon. I don't know how well that would
Probably
fly.
just do without the sponsors, wouldn't it?
I don't know because obviously it's still an ongoing song, but the Man U ones and the Arsenal ones have got like Sharp and JVC and stuff on them. So
Yeah.
there must be a special like an agreement with the old, because you'd have thought brown ale, if they do it, brown ale, I'm going to go, no, you can't use that.
Yeah.
Or they give us, they're going to want a few quid off it, but it's advertising for the minute basically. And you can guarantee if they did it, if they brought out like the Granda collar shirt again, for instance, the Granda collar shirts, like St James Park will be chock-a block with them. I mean, it's chock-a block with the side ones anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is. I think what the Arsenal ones that I'd seen. I mean, when I went out to London for a meeting, that's when I did the Spurs tour and the Arsenal in the same day. I had time to kill, so anyway. And when I went down there, them had a section that was all on like retro gear, but it all had Adidas stuff on. Some of the candy stuff was amazing, like absolutely lush. The 90s gear, like
They've done
so. Hopefully,
they've done the bruised banana kit a few times as well.
Yeah,
haven't they? It's a lovely kit, that, to be fair.
lush,
I loved it, mate.
Yeah.
I had a pair of swimming trunks when I was like 10 when that happened. I had a pair of swimming trunks with remember Sports Scene and Shields. I had a pair of Speedos that had that kind of pattern. I was like, Mama, I want them. Like, straight away. Cutting about Temple
Bet
Park.
these bruised banana.
Aye.
Have you got anything that you want to highlight?
Club shop prices. So I went in believe it or not, I went in the club shop the weekend.
Did you?
Aye. So the Baines wanted to go to the ground, so I took them up anyway. It was before the game because they would. Leila kept asking, "We're going to miss the game." I went, "No, man, it's hours away. Don't worry about it." So I went to the club shop, and
Darryl in there dead early as well.
there was there's some guy actually. I bumped into some lad who watched it from Scotland. He was doing the stadium tour with his son, and he said, "Oh, like nice to meet you." He watches every week, so he'd probably be watching now. So I didn't get his name obviously, but
Bit rude. Should have done.
I should have. Shouldn't I? But the prices are insane. Like they're insane. Like I was looking for the Bane for a little jacket for him, and it was like kind of the one I've bought, but
The long one.
I like that, but for the kids, you know, it was like 68 quid or something. It's like 4-year-old. It's 4-year-old. You know what I mean?
Isn't it?
It's
And
really
then
expensive.
the Champions League. Now I've got one. A lot of people comment when I wear it. It's got sleeves like this, but it's like black in the middle. It's just a zip-up cast over one. That's all it is, right? I think I paid 45. I think in the club shop. The Champions League jacket that they wear.
The one that Bestie bought last week.
Oh, have you bought that one, man, with the colourful sleeves?
The neon
Oh no,
one.
I've got the one that's the whole.
Oh,
It's like this,
Right.
but it's the whole body's kind of got it. That's like 125 quid or something.
Exactly. That's what I picked it up and I went, I was expecting it to be about 45 because it was the same price I paid for the other one.
Yeah.
It was 115 quid. And I was like, what?
It's nice, like, but
it is nice, but it's just not worth that. And then the other thing was, last thing for prices, I'm an absolute sucker for a notebook, right? I don't know why. I just love buying notebooks and starting afresh. I don't know why. I'm really sad. I've mentioned it.
I've got about 4 notebooks in that bag. And
what?
I love it, mate.
I must be the same as you.
I just love it. I love buying a new notebook. You know, and I wanted a Newcastle one, right? So I went in the club. No, I'm not joking. And I put tomato sauce on it. No. And they had one first time because the club shop shit, and I keep saying that, right? But anyway, I went in and they had one. It was a notebook with a pen, an actual pen. I went, oh, great! It's 25 quid. Now I'm not a type person. I'm not, but like 25 quid
for a notebook.
That's about 7 quid, 8 quid at most.
It's expensive paper, that, isn't it?
Exactly.
I had to buy one last week as it goes because I was down in London with work.
A notebook.
What did it look like?
It's just a back pocket pad. Like five or something like that. I didn't use it in the end. It's just if you want it,
those ones in my bag. I think there's about 2 pages got scribbled on them, and that's it.
I bought a lush one from New York when I went away, and I've only used like 3 pages, and I want a new one. I just love the idea of having a new notebook. I don't know why. It's really sad.
They've got the Champions League mugs in there. Quite fancy one of them.
Yes, they've got them in there, about 20 quid. Honestly, it's mental. There was something else I was looking at as well. The Bain wanted.
How's it?
It was a ball or something. I don't know. He wanted something anyway. It was 35 quid. Oh, it was a ball. Yes, it was. It was a ball. Just a Castor ball. Yeah. Newcastle badge on. That's where I met that lad.
Quite smart.
35 quid.
That's too much.
And I'm like, how are lads? Like, play the game a bit. And it's the prices of the gear, because this is just my opinion, right? That them know they're gone at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm walking in there, right, and I know before that,
was he called Stephen? Was he called Stephen McKenzie?
I don't know.
Menzies, sorry. Stephen Menzies.
That's his name.
Stephen, are you the lad that Decker?
He's from Scotland. He was with his Bain eye. Might be.
So he's coming in saying you've made my night, mentioned me on the podcast.
Oh, bless him.
So I'm guessing it's him.
It must be.
Let me know, mate, if it was you.
Aye.
And what do you think of the club shop as well?
What do you think of the club shop prices? We did the tour, so I hope you enjoyed the tour, because I did it a couple of weeks ago.
It was really good.
I think it was good.
I've done it for years, a tour.
Well, I've done it 3 or 4 times, but this time seemed just more professional. I felt it felt more professional.
I'll take the lads when I'm a bit older, but I've like 30 years. Last time I did the tour, there was still PJ and Duncan, and they were by the pitch. So that's 30 years ago, something like that. But the club shop price is the thing with the CrossFit.
I just wanted to say, sorry, I do apologise. Was they know they're going? Castor's going, right?
Yeah.
So why have your price? Is it like £200 a top?
It's mad. Like
people walking in, well, you're gone in a few months, so I'm not going to bother.
Well, I got this like in the summer in the training stuff from last year, like tenner. But at the end of the season, like I don't understand why. And that's they won't be making a loss on that. That hasn't cost 10 quid to produce. It's not going to sponsor them. That's one of the reasons I bought it, actually. But it's mad how much it costs. The Adidas will be no different, mind. I've been looking at the Man U stuff, and that's like, it's expensive. It's really dear. Looking at it to get an idea, I'm not going to buy it. You understand, but it's just. And I thought that as well. I thought, well, the Adidas thing getting leaked. It got leaked when the episode 4 of the We Are Newcastle, whatever it was called, thing went online months ago now.
Early online.
But even then, even with that, if that hadn't leaked a week early or 2 weeks early, whatever it was, like. They were still announcing it in that show at that time, early September the 1st, wasn't it? So, like, Castor must have been aware of that. That can't have happened without their say so, surely. And, like, they could just be going, like, buy everything. Like, put everything down, put the shirts down, because the shirts are going to be 30 quid in the season, because they always are. The socks, like, I saw you in the club shop doing, I was just collecting socks for Glastonbury. They were $5 a pair. Just do it now. Do it now, and honestly, you'd sell a lot. You wouldn't have any stock left.
Yeah, you would. That is true.
Look even more empty.
It's that's true. What is diabolical? Whether or not, even if I get off me soapbox about adult prices, 65 to 70 quid for a jacket for me 4-year-old. That is unacceptable. That's not on. Like that's just not on, because within literally a few months it'll be near good.
Yeah,
and it just 35, 40. I'd say that, but 65 to 70 for a little coat's not on.
It's even the t-shirt. So when you first go in, if you go to the door which closest to Shiraz, you go in and you turn right, and they've got that back wall which is full of t-shirts, and the t-shirt designs are horrendous, absolutely crap. And they're 40 quid a pop for a t-shirt.
Is that the stadium ones, the ones with like the kind of flag?
Oh, they've got loads of crap on them. They're horrendous. The designs on
them. A couple of ones I've seen where it had like it has 7 Joe Linton on the back, and it'll have like 7 here. But a black t-shirt with just 7 on, and it was like 38 quid.
Oh, they're not good. Them like I don't like them.
Again, it's the prices are insane. They're just insane. I don't know if they just think, oh, we'll see these mugs coming, because obviously things are lovely.
You want to put 20 quid?
I don't know. I just think maybe, but 25 quid for a notebook. I was like,
So it was Stephen that you bumped
nice
into. He said it was him. The club. Also says the club shop prices are extortionate. The wee man got. I don't think he's talking about.
Well, Jackass.
Or Matt Ritchie. He says that the wee man got a pencil case set that cost
20 quid.
Much? 20 quid.
That's it. That was what he picked up. That was what it was, Layla. Because Layla went to Newcastle also to get a pencil case for school for her. And she seen that one. She said, "Oh, Dad, this comes with all of it." And I turned it round and I went, I can stay there now. 20 quid, aye.
Did I have the stationery?
I had a few pencils. It had a notebook,
protractor?
the ruler. No, no protractors.
Compass?
No. And a pencil case. 20 quid, man. That's like, it's a 5-8 quid jobby. Like, it's what it is. It's just, but again, I just feel like the see what coming and they go, they'll pay it. You know what I mean? And Stephen did, but to be fair to Stephen, if he's from Scotland, which he said he was, like, he's not going to be down there very often, right? No offense or anything, but he lives far away. But like, I just don't think it should be that expensive. It just should not be that expensive.
Yeah, was it on the back wall?
No, so when when you come in the door, that's the opposite side. You said nearest to Shiva.
On the left.
The exit actually.
It's like where the escalators are.
Aye, it was they where the till area is, and it's one of them where you're at the till and you pick, it's a tenner, or maybe 8 quid or something. You buy it, but 20 quid for a pencil case and a notebook, like, it's just.
How much were the bottles of water? They were selling branded bottles of water not long ago. They were about 3 quid as well. Just a bottle of water with a Newcastle logo on it.
Sure, that cup you know is about 15 quid. They're just because I wanted it as well.
It looks a bit like that. It's got the same kind of colour, the dark blue and purple.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind
it's
one.
a canny bit like, but maybe people might in the chat go, "What are you talking about?" And just buy it, you know. But
are they building another one or opening a club shop elsewhere? Did I see in the city? A while ago, a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, I thought I'd heard something. Obviously, there's the one in
there's one in Metro Centre. Yeah.
You got the Castor one at Monument.
Is the two in Metro Centre?
One that I'm.
There's just one.
I'm,
it's a Castor one, but it's mainly Newcastle stuff.
Of course it is.
In my head, I want the one at Monument Mile back. Obviously, the kind of because I've got the Jamie's Italian, whatever there now. But I used to love that shop, mate.
It's amazing.
It was a really good club shop.
Amazing.
One in Eldon Square was canny as well, a bit narrower. That one over the bridge.
You went over the top. That's why I met Gutierrez and done that in there. That one. It was the top. Yeah, it was. That was a nice little shop. Like the front entrance was really strange because it was tiny. Once you actually got up the stairs, once you got up the stairs, it widened right. It was actually not too bad.
It was weird because there's no real kind of, and it's unusual. I don't know if it'll change. And it sounds bizarre to say, given that the stadium's where it is, but there's not really a presence in the city.
No, there's not. No.
As such, like, there's not a. Remember that Monument Mall one had the big. It was that whole side. It went over the top of the window and you could see it. Or the one in the other side of Eldon Square, the one that was just mentioned there, next to Sports Area it is now. That you could see from Northumberland Street. And it was the Newcastle Club Shop. The Eldon Square one was, and there's just nothing now. There's the ground. Other than that,
no, absolutely agree.
I can't think it's not a. Yeah, there should be.
And do you know what it is? We could sit and talk about the club shop for a lot. Well, not I could.
Remember the
I'm
catalogues?
really passionate
Second
about me. Catalogues were the best.
Those catalogues.
You know, old Eldon Square, obviously, which is not even there anymore.
Yeah.
The little shop that was there. I used to love going in there, and I used to get my catalogue. I used to sit and read it, every single night, man.
I might see if I can get my PB. I might see if I can pick some catalogue.
I used to love the catalogue, and I get why they don't do it now, but like the catalogue was mint, man.
Can you remember the one in the airport?
Yes, I do. Yes,
I can't remember the airport one.
It was like a van, like a burger van almost.
It was like a pop-up sort of like, right, okay.
I remember going through it, so we were going to Mallorca in '95, and I got the away shorts with the blue stripes, the kind of the maroon and blue.
Beautiful.
I got the shorts and maybe the socks. No, I didn't really bought the socks. I bought those shorts. It was a straight kit. I had to buy those socks again because when we moved up from Norwich, I kept loads of stuff at Amy's auntie's house. She had a place in Barnet Castle. They've just died since, bless her Peter. But my stuff was in a garage, and I didn't know this, but the garage wasn't locked. And a tramp had been living in the garage and wiping his arse on those socks.
Never.
Pinned. So I had to buy, the red ones with the 3 blue hoops across. I love those socks. So I had to buy them again off eBay about 5 years ago.
I was not expecting that.
I think it was someone. It might have awesome. It might have even been someone who's escaped the prison. I'm not too sure exactly if that's right or not. It's a while ago, but yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Because she found like newspapers and just toilet and stuff, and just one of my boxes had been, and they were the main casualty.
The socks.
I mean,
it could have been worse. I bet there was something else that in there you could have used.
Well, it's something that I can't remember what else it would have been. So I don't, obviously, it can't have been anything of that much import to us. So, all right, but those socks. Oh, those socks.
That's mental. That, like.
I love those socks.
But I definitely agree with the point, though, of more shops in the town. Well, I'm not saying hundreds of them. Christ, I just mean one. You know what I mean? Because the Castor one that was there is not now there anymore, but it was really just, it sold more F1 gear.
Is it right that Castor in the club shop now, though? The club,
I think so. Is it not a condition of the Because it was just a Sports Direct, wasn't it, for a lot of years?
It was Sports Direct, but I'm sure Castor got it.
I think they might do.
They might have, yeah, but maybe that's just
it's-
part of the sponsorship deal as a whole.
Yeah,
right?
I think it is part
You know
of that arrangement, because that would explain why the...
But that's limited in the amount of stuff you can put in there because of that, isn't
But
it?
the one in the Metro Centre is a Castor shop, but it just sells Newcastle stuff, isn't it? But it's actually
Apparently the one at the Monument's closed as well. The Castor one, that's shut now.
the one along opposite Shield.
It has, yeah, it
Right,
has shut, yeah, 'cause,
yeah.
it has gone, yeah. Yeah, it
So
has.
that's knackered as well. So
Yeah.
you,
Well, that-
you've got the one.
I do think that must have cost a canny bit to have, to be honest, from where it is. And I mean, I used to go in and had nothing in. Like,
God, I really want to get a catalogue.
I do as well.
If anybody's got a spare Newcastle catalogue from mid-90s, was it?
Yeah.
They went from like the early 90s to, I remember maybe it's 2003,
Did it go
2005.
as long as that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I had
'cause
I had one in 2000. I did like, but I didn't think it went longer than that. Like.
I'm sure I went to...
I bought the crest earrings, you know. I used to have my SPS as
Of course you did.
I had the crest, you know, the crest earring. I had.
God had the hi-fi
Did you have a Sovereign as well?
Oh, really?
with
Did
the
you?
doors open and speakers in the door.
Remember the Sovereign ring?
No,
like,
I
1892 and then UFC.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, I
have that.
remember
Like,
that.
no, I didn't. I
That's
had
Pop Boy as well.
I tell you what, I used to watch a lot. I used to love having a watch, the Newcastle watches.
Yeah.
And me mum and dad or my nan and that used to buy them like every year. And I used to see them in the catalogue, and they used to have different styles, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to remember like keep showing me nan like, that's the one I want this year, you know. And good memories, good memories.
Thanks everybody that's joined us. This has been quite a pleasant end.
Trip
hasn't
down memory lane, hasn't it?
It
There,
has.
like, aye.
When I started shiting, we got better.
We should do a video just on the catalogue.
Oh God, that'd be amazing.
If we find a catalogue, right, we'll do a video. If anyone's got a catalogue, send them our way.
I tell you what, I'd love them to bring back, and that's like a real. Remember the 1892 logo? There was a kit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with the-
Once
yeah,
it was
yeah.
4 different kits to keep our top 1892.
Aye.
The club shop logo,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that one. I'd love that. That was just like,
Well, it would be quite good if we got the catalogue because some of the players, the way they're posed in the gear,
oh God,
we'll have a right laugh at that.
Like Les and that, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Les
I'm
was
sure
in there.
John
Hawthorne
Beresford
and
as well. Beresford's got to be
Yeah,
in there, like
100%,
Denison as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Elizabeth waistcoat.
We'll find one. Hopefully, we'll find one.
Yeah,
There'll
they'll be around.
There'll be some lying around somewhere, won't there?
Yeah.
We'll borrow it off you. Thanks, everybody that has been watching. If you do like this podcast, and if you have liked the live show tonight, just like the video on YouTube, it means a lot to us. Become a subscriber as well. It costs you absolutely nothing to do that. If you want to give an extra bit back, it is just $2.99. We're starting from $2.99 a month to become a member. You get extra videos, early access to videos. You get access to the Telegram group. You get access to the gaming Discord channel as well. If you're listening to the audio, just like that as well, give us a 5-star rating, drop a comment as well. Yeah, it's been pleasant talking about that Bournemouth game, hasn't it? See you later. Ta-ra.
See you later.